behind this mic so I can make sure I catch my voice well. That should help with me being able to catch my voice well into the mic. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. We're going to give it a couple of minutes for everybody to get in here. So I know we have people that complain that I don't immediately get into the news when we start the show. What you have to understand is I'm waiting for people to get into the room. So I usually BS for like the first 5 to 10 minutes during the live stream. But I am going to tell you what we're going to be talking about today. One thing we're going to be talking about is some new Drake stuff. Now I understand why DJ Academics is going crazy and saying some of the things that he's saying on his platform that, in my opinion, is contrary. It goes against being able to help Drake in this situation. Well, it goes against being able to help himself, but 100% goes against being able to help Drake. These guys think bullying works. They think threats work. When you're dealing with certain people, threats and bullying do not work. Hit that like button on the way in. Like, comment, subscribes is. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And don't forget to comment. All of the comments down in the chat. Don't let those weirdos convince you not to comment. We're going to have a great show today. With that being said, also, I want to talk about the situation involving Trump. Finally, I think Cat Williams was right. It's over. For all of the people out there propagating lies, it's over. It's over. Shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. Salute. It's over. And I'm not saying it's over for just select few. I'm saying the algorithm is just changing, and it looks like it's at least changing on a national level. These people out here creating lies, it's over. You see everybody's lies being exposed. You do not want to be on that side of the conversation with the people that's out here putting out lies. Shout out to Fareed. DeAndre Willis Sr. says, threats and bullying will never work against me. I be damn MF. I'm assuming it's MFer. Also, hit that like button. Let's get as many likes in here as possible so we can send out as many notifications as possible and we can get the chat popping. Shout out to Fareed. He says, salute, Frost, BB, and Mods, all in the chat. Salute. He said, hit that like button on the way in. Please hit that like button on the way in. What up, Duran2, Real TV? He says, Grand Rising OG, time to get that morning brain food. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about today. And this is like on the periphery of our conversation, but I would also like to talk about the situation involving 50 Cent and Christian Combs. And basically, in my opinion, what Christian Combs is doing and what DJ Academics is doing with the threats that he's giving out that we're going to discuss in a moment, that all comes from a place of desperation to me. It just, that's what I believe it to be. I believe it comes from a place of desperation. When people don't know how to treat you, right? And then you don't adhere to the mistreatment that they give you, all they can do is throw threats next. Remember, when people are mistreating you, they're trying to force you into a pattern of behavior a majority of the time. So that's why they're mistreating you. You understand? They're trying to force you to change from what you are into what they want you to become. Just keep that in mind. That's one of the reasons, besides just some people are sadistic. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people, some people are just sadistic. Anyway, let's get to the show. Hit that like button, please. Let's send out some notifications. Somebody took one of the likes back. They was like, you know what? I'm going to take this like back. Hit that like button, please. Let's send out some notifications. Let's get the show started. Do y'all know who Christopher Alvarez is? Anybody in the chat? We got 7 likes in here early. We could get to 10. That's 3 more. Let's get to 10 likes real quick. There's 3 more likes. Do y'all know who Christopher Alvarez is? Okay, so Christopher Alvarez, just so we can be clear, is an individual. Google him. I think that'll be better than me trying to give a explanation of who this man is. When you get the opportunity, Google him. So do y'all remember that photo that the individual that is saying that they collected the information that they gave to Kendrick Lamar on Drake? Do you remember that he also posted a photo of an individual that looked like they was like in a carriage, a baby carriage? And then in the same photo, I believe you can see Drake on the other side, or at least you see two gentlemen walking on the other side. The person that was in the baby carriage, that's Christopher Alvarez. Also, that hotel that they were staying in, if you look at the floors, it had a black and white design that a lot of people associate with the Illuminatis. That's what they associate it with. Every time somebody come out with a black or white pattern, anything, they be like, there's Illuminatis over there. In any regard. Allegedly. There also was a laptop that was also lost when Drake's other things were lost. Now, I also want you to remind y'all, DJ Academics went on a whole entire run where he went on a ton of platforms yelling and screaming about how Drake planted all of that and all of that was fake. Do anybody remember this? I mean, it just happened like 3 days ago. So, so I'm assuming people remember this. It happened like 3 days ago. Like it literally just happened. DJ Academics went on these rants about how, look, that's fake. Drake planted all of that stuff, and Drake's a genius, and Kendrick Lamar isn't. The dude that won a Pulitzer Prize, he's not a genius. The other guy who makes pop music, he's the genius. Shout out to that shit. I mean, I don't get it in any regard. In that suitcase, or with those possessions, they're saying that a laptop was lost. Now, allegedly, the individual that has all of these things, including the laptop, shout out to OG Oncario. I think that's his name. That's a YouTube page. OG Oncario. It's something like that. He basically had some text messages, some DMs between the individual that allegedly has a laptop and another individual that wants to buy the laptop off of them. Allegedly, the laptop is going to be sold for somewhere between $800 and $900K. Allegedly, the laptop has Christopher Alvarez on it, and there's some things going on. He didn't go into the details. First question is, why would Drake have a video of Christopher Alvarez doing anything on his laptop? I mean, anything. Second, after he already let them know, look, this is when you lost the laptop. This is what was going on. Why then would they have DJ Academics get online and start threatening them, knowing that they had some extremely incendiary information potentially on Drake? Remember, these people, and when I say these people, I'm just talking about people in general. Most people's laptops have their life on it. Often phones also. Like if you could open up a person's phone, your personal phone, let's say somebody is being accused of whatever they're being accused of, and then you get a personal phone of theirs and you open up and you don't see any information leading to the thing that they're being accused of, there's better than a good chance that that's not who they are. That's better than a good chance that that's not who they are. That's better than a good chance. Better than a good chance. Way better than a good chance. That's not who they are. I just want to be clear on this. If you get a person's phone and you can open up a person's phone or a person's laptop, you can see who they are. Like literally. You can see exactly the type of person that they are. There is no question about that. Just so we could be clear. Now, with that being said, and with all honesty, if these individuals had Drake's laptop and DJ Academics decided to go on his platform and yell and scream and talk crazy and talk about threatening this person, and I'm going to find out who you are, and after I find out who you are, I'm going to ruin your life. First thing I want to say is this. If I was that person, I would just tell DJ Academics who I was. Because everything that DJ Academics said about that is 100% we could bring that straight into court. DJ Academics risked losing all of his fortune. The question is, why would DJ Academics risk losing all of his fortune? Why would he risk that? You see, these niggas that don't got nothing, they'll lie all day. They don't have nothing. But why would DJ Academics risk losing his whole fortune? Why would he do that? He has to be smart enough to know that when he went on those programs and he lied and said that somebody stole something, or he lied and said that this happened or that, or whatever he was lying about, that's quantifiable. And this person has access to lawyers and access to monies to be able to rectify situations. It don't matter how much money you got. The more money you have, the bigger target you are. So I say all that to say this. If they have Drake laptop and they have Drake doing foolishness on his laptop to that dude, Christopher Alvarez, or to anything at all, because what the person is alluding to, that it's something salacious, Drake's career is over. Also, that hotel that they were in is a hotel that Epstein used quite frequently. Jeffrey Epstein, quite frequently. We got 41 people in here. We only need 8 more likes to get to 20. Let's see if we get those 8 more likes. At least get 3 more likes and get to 15. Only takes 3 more likes. We get to 15. So I want to be clear about this. And I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. The reason why I believe J. Cole was asked to step to the side is because they knew that all they had to do was talk to Drake. And Drake, with his own words, was going to incriminate himself. That last song that Drake came out with, if you ask me, was very incriminating. The tweets and everything that they've been putting out, the defenses that academics have been trying to do for him, very incriminating. These people are not used to dealing with the legal system. These people are used to be able to just say whatever they want to say, and people bending to their will. So they're not used to dealing with the legal system, not in that capacity. When they deal with the legal system, it's their lawyers, not them. Do you remember when Tory Lanez was going through what he was going through? And they basically did exactly what they're trying to do to Trump, to Tory Lanez. The difference is, Trump is like saying F them. And Trump has obviously way more power than Tory Lanez ever had, ever. Even in when Trump was 15 years old, he had more power than Tory Lanez, with all due respect. More power than most of us, the majority of us, myself included, obviously. But do you remember when Tory Lanez was just trying to defend himself? Do you remember when Tory Lanez shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. Hold on. Thank you for reminding me about that. Give me 1 second. Whatever else that you have to add to this, please do. People don't be understanding how much game I be giving out. You understand? They don't get it yet. They don't understand how much game I be giving out. They don't understand how often I say things where I'm just trying to help. They don't get it. You understand what I'm saying? So anything else you have to add, please add. I'm gonna say that in a minute, but hold on. Do you remember when Tory Lanez kept going and trying to go back and forth with homegirl? It was making him look guilty, even though, as far as I know, he literally isn't. Allegedly. Tiandre Willis Sr. says, I believe I heard you say this before, Jack. I believe you said when you try to clean up a crime, you create evidence that gets you caught. Yep. And that's why sometimes you can be innocent and you still go to jail for something that you didn't do. Shout out to the people that live in my community. And the people I'm talking about all the people. Let's just get this clear. But the majority of the people that I'm talking about, I'm not even going to lie to you, feel however you want to feel about this, is Caucasian. They're European, not even whatever you want to call it. They're European. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Seagate Police Department. Shout out to all of these people who have heard lies about me, watched me since I've been living here, and realized that these are just lies. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of the people who make it so I don't have to walk around trying to defend myself because they obviously see the lies that people are trying to propagate about me. Shout out to them. They're a blessing. I'm sure God is going to do good by them because they're doing good by good people. And that's how you get God to do good by you. We got 18 likes, 2 more likes, and we get to 20. Let's see if we can make it happen. So I'm saying all that to say this. These individuals, at least Drake, has some kind of understanding of what could be on that damn laptop. It's super encrypted, obviously. It's supposed to be like bulletproof. Like, they basically, it's like if it gets caught, if it goes down in a plane, they're going to be able to find it. Like that. Like, it's like indestructible laptop. It's made out of vibranium or something. I don't know what to tell you. I want to say antimanium, but I don't know the difference between vibranium and antimanium. So I'm just going to say vibranium. It's made out of vibranium or whatever the case is. I don't know anything about that, Joe. I'm not even going to say that out of my mouth because I don't want anybody to try to take a soundbite that I've said, remix it, and try to make it sound like I'm saying something I'm not saying. I don't know anything about that. If you want to talk about that in the chat, you're 100% right to talk about that in the chat. Maybe somebody else would like to have that conversation with you, but I know zero about that. So therefore, I don't even want to speak it. Remember, I always have Satan around me. They've been trying to make weirdo-ass comments all show. I'm always under attack by Satan at all times. I believe I just had a situation outside when I just walked outside of my house. Somebody who I never see walked up to me and gave me a pound while they were shouting on the phone. I'm assuming that individual was trying to have some weirdo shit going on. And then the police drove past me right after that. So there's no telling. There's just no telling. There's no telling. There's really no telling. I'm just saying what it is, fam. And they drove past me slow and was staring at me the whole time. So there's no telling, fam. Like, you have no idea what kind of scrutiny I live under. You have no idea. No idea. Just zero idea. Right? That's why I'm trying to tell you. If I really was anything that I was being accused of, I would be in jail. If I was really anything that I was being accused of, I would be in jail. You're accusing me. They're accusing me of being something that can't not do the thing. You understand? The type of person they're accusing me of is a person that can't not do those things because they are sick. You understand what I'm saying? I would be in jail. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. They're going to be like, he did the thing 40 years ago. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. If I'm not doing the thing now, then I didn't do it 40 years ago. If I'm not doing that thing now, then I didn't do it 10 years ago. If I'm not doing that thing now, then I didn't do it 5 years ago. If I'm not doing that thing now, then I didn't do it 3 years ago. Because the thing that you're accusing me of is people that they can't help themselves. You understand? Just saying. With that being said, so I want to be clear about something. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I don't know what's on that laptop, obviously. The person is saying that they want to sell the laptop and they have a buyer, and the buyer said something, I think they said 800K. Shout out to OG Ocario, it's on his YouTube page. I think they said 800K. If they're willing to buy this information for 800K, first they tried to tell him 150K, because that's like the normal range where it's at. But this individual basically said, nah, this information that's on this laptop is so much greater than that. It's not normal. It's not normal level of I have information on somebody and I want to sell it. So let's move away from this for one moment. Still talking about Drake, but I want to point something out. So did y'all hear about the dude that said that Drake's people came down to Atlanta for whatever the reason is, and they were trying to buy information on Kendrick about Kendrick's wife? Did y'all hear about that? So they went down to Atlanta to try to buy information on Kendrick's wife, and basically it was going for 150K. So yeah, Drake has a whole song that's built off of information that's a straight up lie. Because where did I tell y'all Kendrick's wife was living? In New York with him. Didn't I say that? So apparently Kendrick's wife, Whitney, is living in New York with him. And apparently Dave Free is not the fucking father of Kendrick's children. That was all a lie. Now Kendrick isn't the one that gave them the lie. They went and tried to get information on Kendrick from a third party, and the third party just decided to say, you know what, we just gonna come up off of these fools. That's the difference between what Drake said he did and what happened in the Kendrick situation. Drake had to be the mastermind. Drake had to be the, yo, I set the whole thing up because I'm smarter than everyone else over here. In the Kendrick situation, they went looking for dirt. Some people allegedly saw them coming and said, fuck it, we're gonna get the bag. And then he distributed the bag to his niggas. Different situation. We got 48 people in the room. We could get to 25 likes. Hit that like button. That's a different situation. All we need is 5 more likes. Also, Saloon is open. Shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. in the chat. I'm going to read his comment one more time. He says, I believe I heard you said this before. I believe you said when you try to clean up a crime, you create evidence. That's what gets you caught. And this is why I always tell people don't commit crimes. That was probably one of our first slogans. Don't commit crimes. I tell people all the time, if you're going to commit a crime, don't come near me. Because I'm not a snitch and I don't want to go to prison. So I don't want to know about your crimes. I don't want to be a part of your crimes. If you have crimes that you're committing, commit them over there. If we cool, you're going to commit your crimes as far away from me as possible. You're not going to be committing your crimes around me if we cool. Now, I can't tell you how to live. And as far as I know, the reason why you're committing these crimes is because you got bills to pay for and you got shit you got to do. Our economy is even worse than it was when I started this platform. Shout out to the Biden administration. Not a real shout out. So I'm no one to tell anybody how you're going to make your money to pay your rent, to keep your lights on, to feed your family. I'm no one. That's not for me. I can't tell you how to do any of that. But what I can say is, if you're going to commit crimes, keep them shits as far away from me as possible, because I don't want to be a part of them. I don't want to be in a situation where I know about some shit and the police come ask me. I don't want to know about it. If I already deal with you, I already think you cool, you don't got to impress me. So you don't got to tell me about whatever you're doing. I'm already cool with you. I don't need to be impressed. You impress me when you're a good person. You don't impress me when you out there doing weirdo shit. That don't impress me. You don't impress me because you could win a fight. You don't impress me because you could sell drugs. None of that impresses me. You don't impress me because you got all of the guns. None of that impresses me. What impresses me is when you make good decisions and keep yourself inside of the Lord. That impresses me. Shout out to N. Taylor with the $20 drop. N. Taylor pulls up to the saloon. As she walks through the door, all of the lights turn on. It's candles. We got candles. It's the 1860s. All of the lights turn on. All of the men, they turn. They see her. It's all of the glamour. Her outfit has sequins all over it, up and down. So as they turn around and they got metal plates behind the candles, they're putting it on her like a whole spotlight. She walks into the saloon. She's sauntering. All of the bosoms, all of the legs, but you can't see the legs because she has on one of those dresses from back then, so you can't see none of the legs. But all of the bosoms. She walks up to the door. She walks up to the bartender. The bartender says, "We are very happy to have you here today, N. Taylor. What would you like?" She says, "I like a mani." She says, "I like a petty." She says, "My hair, I need my hair washed. I need that great hairstylist that you have on the back of the saloon to do some things to me." And then she says, "I'd also like a coffee, a sarsaparilla, a stick of pancakes about this high with some of that blueberry jam." Shout out to N. Taylor coming to the saloon, doing all of the things. I have no idea what a spirit box is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joe. I have no idea what a spirit box is. Zero idea. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. I have no idea what a spirit box is. Is it like Goku? Like a spirit bomb or some shit? I have no idea, fam. I have no idea what that is. If you're telling me that somebody is trying to talk to somebody that's on the other side, then I don't even want to know what that is, because that sounds like witchcraft, and I don't want no parts of witchcraft. Copy? So no, that's not a conversation I'm going to have. Shout out to N. Taylor pulling up to the saloon and all of her magnanimousness. Yeah, see, I'm not part of that. He said the spirit box or whatever is when you talk to the dead. I don't want no parts of that witchcraft. You could keep with the conversation in the chat. Somebody else might know about whatever that is, but that's not what type of time I'm on. So I'm not having that conversation. Nor will I be reading those comments for the most part, because I wouldn't want anybody to even get the misconception that I'm about anything that has to deal with witchcraft. God says that he doesn't want us to deal with that type of thing. With that being said, saloon is open. Back to the show. So whenever I'm doing the saloon, just take that as a commercial break. That's the best way I could put it. It's just a commercial break, fam. It's going to be a couple of seconds and maybe a minute, and then we right back to what we talking about. So whenever you hear me start doing the saloon, if that's not something you care for, that's the perfect time for you to run to the bathroom. That's a perfect time for you to go get yourself another coffee, something to drink, remove yourself from the TV, however you're watching the show. The saloon is definitely like our commercial break, okay? Tiandre Senior says, ain't no mention of the sport box. I think he means spirit box also in the Bible, so I'm good too. Yeah, I'm good. Not on that type of time for him. But I'm not going to tell you how to live. Okay. Somebody said they serve the spirit realm. Not a problem. You serve the spirit realm. I serve the Most High. Shout out to God. God is good. Jesus is King. So I serve our King, Jesus, but I serve God through our King, Jesus. So that's what I do. Okay? So that's what I do. You can do what you want to do. I have no control over you. Okay. The hell? Anyway, getting back into what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, Drake has... So somebody had allegedly have Drake's laptop, and allegedly, at least this was the assumption, the assumption that was given by OG, what's the dude's name? Oncario on his channel, and he's assuming that there might be some stuff going on with... Not getting distracted, my brother. Thank you for keeping me. That's why I love when y'all comment, so y'all can help me stay on track. Thank you, Tiandre Willis Sr. So his assumption that he was giving, that there's a good chance that whatever the video is, it might either be Drake doing something with this Christopher Alvarez guy, or Christopher Alvarez and Drake doing something to other people. I have no idea, nor am I assuming anything. I'm just assuming that whatever it is, it went from they're buying information. Generally, people buy information for 150K, and this information is going to sell for 800K. So there's no telling what's on here. Also, I'm led to believe that they're not even offering to sell it back to Drake. Now, this is what I find interesting. So there was bidding for it, and then the dude that was trying to bid for it or trying to negotiate to get the laptop, they had shut down negotiations for the laptop for a little while. And then all of a sudden, now they're negotiating for the laptop again. So I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why now negotiations reopen is because your man DJ Academics was talking crazy. DJ Academics was threatening a person, talking about they're going to do this to them, they're going to do that to them, all types of different evil shit. Everything except for bless them under God. They're going to do all type of evil shit to this person. So now all of a sudden negotiations is open back up. These niggas tried to bully somebody and the shit didn't work. That's all trolling is. People trying to bully somebody. And that's why the best way to handle trolling is just when you ignore the shit. Because 9 times out of 10, these people that's trolling you, if you engage with them, something bad is going to happen to them. Now you got to risk going to hell. Now you got to risk going to prison. Now you got to risk your life being upended because some jack-off decided they wanted to make you the center of their universe. Do you think whoever buys the laptop is going to link the information? I have no idea. If Drake was smart, he would have had somebody buying the laptop for him that people didn't even know had anything to do with him so he could try to get the information. Now, that would have been smart. But also, the person that had the laptop We don't even know how they got the information about the laptop out into the universe. So they might actively be trying to sell it to somebody who they know is not in cahoots with Drake, or at least they feel isn't. We have 25 likes in the chat. We got 54 people. We could get 5 more likes and get up to 30. Let's see if we can get up to 30 likes. Also, Saloon is open. What up, Tada? Good morning, my brother. Tada was in here the other day disagreeing with every single thing that I was basically saying. I did not kick him. The people that tell you that I don't allow for people to have their own voice, they're lying. Shout out to Tada. He was in here 2 days in a row talking as what I consider to be crazy. You ain't here to defend Drake again, Tada? Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. I like having people in the chat who don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying, but who are not hostile or, you know, trying to create a fucking viral movement. They're just in here just, you know, talking their shit. I have no problem with having a conversation about what we're talking about. That's an old ass laptop. Damn, the situation happened January of 2023. So yeah, it's happened a while ago. Why would they need extra UPS file drives of this stuff? The laptop is only, the information on the laptop is only valuable because that's the only information that they have. That's what gives it its value. Nobody else has the information. If he literally makes UBS drives of the information, he drives the value of the laptop down. So now whenever he goes, or even if they did make UBS, whatever, whenever they go and they try to deal with somebody else about something similar, that person isn't going to trust their situation. They destroy their integrity. Y'all people don't have no integrity, fam. I be trying to get over. He's already going to get 800K. Like, what do you, why would you do that? I'm just curious. No integrity. How you know that the laptop don't work no more? I'm not arguing your point. I want to know, how do you know? Pardon me. Tada says, no, them laptops don't even work no more. This seems fishy. Why do you think that the laptop don't work anymore? You might have a good reason. I'm curious. We got 56 people in here with 26 likes. We can get the 4 more likes and get to 30. Let's go. Send out some notifications. Stop, fam. Stop. I have laptops from 5 and 6 years ago. Still, right now, they work. It might have other issues, but the memory on it is retainable. You can get the memory. And I don't think it's about whether the laptop work or not. It's about whether the memory is retrievable on the laptop. I think that that's the point. Also, for the person to know that the laptop is not worth 150K, but worth 800K, around that level, that means that the person had to have seen what's on the laptop. Also, if the person already have seen what's on the laptop and he was able to get the stuff off the laptop, who isn't to say that they just did what Homeboy said that they need to do and make an extra UBS drive for the stuff? And then they can have the extra UBS drive. So even if the laptop doesn't work anymore, they have the information. So it's about the information, not necessarily about how well the laptop works. That's one. Two, that laptop is a military grade. Thank you. Shout out to Jules. I was just about to say that. Jules says the laptop is a tough book. That's military grade equipment. So also, if it's military grade equipment, what makes you think that it doesn't work anymore? Like, I don't think the military grade equipment is going to stop working after a year. Do you? Like, this is military grade hardware, the finest on the planet. It's going to stop working after 12 months. I don't think that that's what's going on. Tell us a little bit about those type of laptops, Jules. If you know anything, I'd appreciate it. If you know anything, I'd appreciate it. Dude said it just stopped working. Like, it's military grade. They said that you can't burn it. They said it's bulletproof, all types of other stuff. They said the laptop can't be burned, it's bulletproof, but it just stopped working. Why isn't dude worried about being charged for receiving stuff? He didn't exceed stolen property, and it's not extortion if they didn't offer it back to Drake. He never offered it back to Drake. It's not extortion. It's only extortion. Pardon me. Tiandre Willis Sr. says, why isn't dude worried about being charged for receiving stolen property? It was not stolen. Or extortion. It may have a remote formatting feature. It may have a remote formatting feature. And I think that's the thing that you have to be concerned about. But also what you have to realize is the remote formatting feature only work if you then hook it up to Wi-Fi or the internet. They might have never hooked it up to Wi-Fi or the internet, thus not making it so that it can receive the message in order to be remote wiped. Right? Also, you said, why is he not being charged for receiving stolen property? It wasn't stolen. Them niggas just lost it. Also, you said, or extortion. It's only extortion if they're saying, we're not going to give you back your laptop unless you do this thing or give us these monies. They're not offering Drake or any of Drake's people, as far as I know, at least not willingly, the laptop. So therefore, it can't be extortion. Also, they had the laptop over an extended period of time. We don't know if Drake actually reported the laptop missing, so there's no reason for them to have to give it back, and there's no legal boundaries for this as far as when you lose something, if you never send out that you need it to be retrieved by the police or something like that, then it's considered lost. If it's considered lost, then you never actually try to reacquire it and somebody else finds it, it's theirs. The difference between following somebody that knows a little bit about the law and following the channel that knows zero about anything. They just like talking about people. Oh, that's a good point. Joe says, I was saying it would be smart for him to make an extra copy on the UBS drive just in case he does send send a laptop to one of Drake's informants. Copy, boom. But that would still be a lack of integrity because you're trying to get the 800K or you're trying to ruin Drake. If you sell it to one of Drake's people, then bravo to Drake. He got out of this shit. That would be a chess move. I don't even know if they even trying to get the laptop back at this point. They're busy trying to cover up all the... Oh, shit. I got a thing that I want to say, but y'all got to get me to 35 likes first. There's 58 people in here. There's 28 likes. I'm going to need 9 more likes. And then there's a thing that I want to say. And I just realized it. What up, Manzi? Salute. I just realized it. I'm going to need to get to 30. I should need to get to freaking 40. But we need to get to 35 likes before I could say this thing. It should be 40. If you are enjoying the show this morning, you can pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. The best ways to support the platform is with Cash App and Super Chat. Super Chats are always needed and appreciated. And with the Super Chat, you can send comments and stickers. Sheesh. Drake's done. Them niggas is real. Now I understand why Academics did what he did. I mean, this is just a thought. I've been right about a lot of shit. 4 more likes. Hit that like button. Like I said, it should be 40. It should not be 35. But I'm going to say it for 4 more likes. Let's get to 35. Y'all should just hit the like button, to be honest with you, because there's no telling what else might come to my brain that might be worth likes. Just hit that like button. Fam. Now it makes sense why United Universal Music Group allegedly got on a 3-way with Drake and Kendrick Lamar to squash the beef. Now it makes sense. At least it makes sense to me. One more like. Let's go. One more like. Let's go. We at 34. If what I'm thinking is correct, and you guys have been a part of this, some of y'all have been a part of this community for years. I've been correct. I've been correct often. Often, I've said things with just a little bit of information that's already in the ether that everybody know, and I've said a thing, and then it turns out that that thing is true. We got 35 likes. Keep hitting that like button, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Yeah, I know Kendrick wrote 10 songs in one day, in one studio session, right? He did all of those 10 songs all at the same time. So the individual, if Kendrick did all of those at the same exact time, that means that, what's the song that came after Family Matters? Meet the Grams. So that means that when he did Meet the Grams, now that's the one where they had the image of the parcels of the contents of Drake's luggage, correct? Right? So that meant that from the first song that he dropped, and that's why it took him a minute to drop, because he did all of the 10 songs. There's more songs. So that means from the first song that he did to the last song that we've heard, basically there's more. He had the information of what was in Drake's suitcase. Right? I'm going to say that again before I say the next thing. Listen and pay attention. I'm going to see if you can pick up what I'm dropping. So Kendrick did 10 songs all at once. He's not doing a song after Drake does a song. That's what makes what he's doing even crazier. He's not doing a song after when Drake does a song. He's did 10 songs all at once. That's why when Drake dropped Family Matters, which was a complete lie, everything in Family Matters was a lie, because that's where he got the bad intel from, right? From the dude that sold them the bad information for $150K. So everything in Family Matters was a lie. Not even an hour after Family Matters dropped, Meet the Grams dropped. And Meet the Grams, the cover art was the inside of the suitcase that was Drake's suitcase, not his father's. Now, if he did all of the songs, 10 songs at one time, that means that whatever information that was inside of Drake's suitcase, he had when he first went into the studio. Two things I want to say. Now we know why homeboy backed out of the fucking battle. J. Cole. Because I'm pretty sure that they told J. Cole what I'm about to tell you. Why does he keep calling him a PDF file? He has his laptop. This thing's on his laptop. This thing's on his laptop that I'm going to assume is Drake doing things. Correct? I'm going to assume these dudes love filming themselves. Look at R. Kelly. Look at Diddy. These dudes love filming themselves. What did he say in the first track that he dropped towards Drake? You don't tell no lies on me. I won't tell no truths about you. Very next thing Drake dropped was Family Matters, correct? You know it's on that laptop 9 times out of 10? Drake and his friends doing what? To who? Nobody said Drake had a prehistoric laptop. Only you said that. Tada says, why would Drake have a prehistoric laptop? I have no idea why he said that. Anybody can tell me in the chat why Tada keeps saying that Drake's laptop is prehistoric? What up, C Iron Addict? C Iron Addict says, fact, big lies on Family Matters. Give me 1 second. Be right back. And those ain't old. They still make them and they go for dope. This dude he just talking crazy. Don't pay him no attention. Shout out to Team Moto Productions. He says, peace, health. Everyone, salute, bro. Salute. Fam. And I want to explain something also. In Canada, the age of consent, they said, is 16. So if he has on his laptop him doing stuff with a 16-year-old, and then he brings that into America, is that not a crime in America? Not that he did it with the 16-year-old in Canada, but him possessing pornography of underage children in America. That niggas better stay. Oh, yeah. I don't even like using the word woke no more because they use that shit for everything else other than what it was meant for. But y'all better open them eyes. Sheesh. Fam. I'm just going to say this one more time. They generally buy this type of stuff for 100K, 150K. Dude, whoever has it, was offered 150K and was like, nah, that's not enough, and killed the negotiations. Then when negotiations opened back up, allegedly killed the negotiation. All this is allegedly, by the way. Then allegedly when the negotiations opened back up, that person was asking for 800K. So it jumped from $150, 150K to 800K? They skipped the $250,000, skipped the $500,000, skipped 3/4 of a million. They went all the way up to 800K? That's not a negotiation. The negotiation is I tell you a price, then we negotiate the price. If something is just worth a thing, that's not a negotiation. Also, the person just agreed. Allegedly. Even showed them where they have the funds at. Allegedly. Now, that's even more concerning to me about AK going so hard to defend this dude. Because what do y'all do if you find out that what I just said is basically what happened? He has video of him doing stuff with kids. Then what? Who is AK out here defending somebody on this type of time? And 9 times out of 10, he knows it. If this is true. AK is basically his media right now. I said that AK was his media and there's this idiot just, which I gotta understand is, I block people in real life. If I'm blocking you in real life, this is what it sounds like. Nah, you right. If I'm blocking you in real life, like I don't think anything that you say any merit. I don't respect what you're saying. I'm not gonna argue with you. It don't make sense to argue with somebody that I don't respect what they're saying. So once you start talking and we to the point where I can't respect, and if I don't respect what you're saying on that day, I promise you, no time in the future will I ever be respecting what you're saying. You understand? Like I'm just at that moment, I will just never, as long as we live, respect anything that's coming out of your mouth. And generally, you'll hear me say, nah, you right. Now, if I'm going to still respect what you're saying later, I'll just be like, we got to agree to disagree. Right? Because I don't not respect what you're saying. I just don't agree with you. If I don't just agree with you, we just got to agree to disagree. It is what it is. But if you're saying some shit and I'm like, nah, I can never respect what this nigga's saying, I'm just going to let you know that you're right. And I don't want to talk about this shit no more. Because I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. So, like, if I still, no, I respect what you're saying. I just don't agree with you in that moment. Maybe you said some really smart shit before. You've been on point before. You've told me some things before that I did not know. And so I find you of value. Just in this moment right now, we have a conflicting viewpoint. I'm going to be like, we could agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, no, I don't want to argue over this. I don't want to hurt our friendship. But if I already don't consider you a friend, I already probably don't like you. No, I don't want to talk to you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm just going to be like, nah, you're right. Yeah. Now you're right, because I don't want to talk to you. You probably gonna be able to like, I'm big bad and I'm tough, and I'm just gonna be thinking to myself like, you have to be having conversations with other people, and they have to just be agreeing with you, but they're not really your friends because they're allowing for you to have conversations with other people and sound like a complete idiot. They're not even trying to give you good information probably. They're probably not even trying to help you out. You know what I'm saying? They're just allowing for you to sound stupid at all times whenever you talk. And then 9 times out of 10, they laughing at you. And when you got your back turned. See, if I know what I'm talking about and you laughing at what I'm saying, I don't really give a damn because I know what I'm talking about. I don't expect an idiot to comprehend complex conversations. But if I don't know what I'm talking about and you're not trying to put me on the game and you laughing at me and you're not trying to put me on the game, you're not trying to tell me, like, help me out, then that's a whole different piece of bullshit. Jules says, my dad used to work for British Telecom. He used his tough book in working with networking of IT systems when British Telecom was upgrading to full fiber broadband. Well, Tada says that those books are antiquated, basically, and that they're rubbish. Is that true? Tada keeps talking about how those books are prehistoric and they're rubbish, basically. No, you have one for a year and it don't work no more, is basically what he alluded to. Is that true? Jules, Tiandre Willis Sr. says, I'm neutral and objective. Everything is alleged until proven otherwise. With that being said, where there's smoke, there's fire. I think we have one of the most unbiased channels that there is. I don't think there is a channel that is as unbiased as we are. We've had conversations about things for 4, 5, 6 months before we've even come to a comprehensive determination of our position on said topic. We've had conversations about things while other people went all the way in saying that they either agree or disagree with something, and then trying to force me to agree or disagree with the thing. And we've stayed non-biased and then came out on the right end of the conversation afterwards. So there's a reason why we got up to the amount of subs that we currently have. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why there's a ton of people who used to work with us. Shout out to Latoya Hicks. How you doing? She says greetings from Cali. There's a reason why there's a ton of people that used to work with us and their subs never went up. There's a reason. There's people who used to work with us that they haven't gotten 3,000 subs since they stopped working with us. They haven't got 3,000 more. They probably haven't even got 1,000 more out over 4 and 5 years. There's a reason for that. Tiandre Willis Sr. says, dude, you was right about 6'9", 2 years ahead of the whole world. Fam! Remember when I told everybody that Kamala Harris was going to be the vice president like 3 months before she was even chosen? How about that? Shout out to Kyra Nose. She says, good morning, Frost. Good morning, BBN. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Remember that? Remember I told you I was like 3 months before before he even chose his vice president. I told you I was going to be Kamala Harris. Do y'all remember how people was in the chat like trying to argue with me about it? I didn't kick anybody. I let them say their piece. The lives are still up. If you want to know where the lives should be, it should be 2020, between January of 2020 and May of 2020. The lives are still up. You could go look for them yourself. I don't got a cap. Remember when I told y'all that there was going to be World War was going to break out? Do you remember when I told y'all that I was like, in 3 to 4 years from now, there's gonna be boots on ground. I told you that in 2019, between when did they blow up that airport that had the Iranian general? That was like October or November of 2019. Didn't I tell y'all 3 to 4 years from now there's gonna be boots on the ground? And then I said after that they're gonna be dropping bombs about 4 years from now. What happened? The lives are still up, fam. I don't gotta lie. I don't. Oh, okay. So Joe says, so if there's footage on the laptop with Drake doing stuff with young teens, can you still get prosecuted even though it happened in Canada? Once again, if it's determined that these things happened in Canada, he can't get prosecuted by American courts. But if he brought child pornography, basically, to America, then he has broken American laws, even if it was produced in another country. That part. He has a dude, academics is his media guy. But they don't have nobody over there that do law. They just have people over there that, academics does media. He has a pretty good fan base. If he sends them somewhere, they're gonna do what he asks them to do. His fan base is incredible. Let's just say what it is. His fan base is incredible. I don't know if that's I love it here or if that's supposed to be I love it there. Okay, first of all, I want to just discount something else. I'm just gonna respond back to a couple of these comments, just because it gives me the opportunity to explain away why something don't make sense. That's the only reason, right? So I'm just gonna respond back to these two comments, these one time, and then when they try to have more of an extensive conversation about these two things that don't make sense, I'm just gonna let y'all talk to them in the chat. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. So one person, name is The Meek, says no, it's not about child porn. What it is he's a hacker, and he hacks into people's technology and he curses them and he records them. What I do think they shouldn't be doing is blackmail. I don't think either which one of us knows exactly what it is. So we can't know what it is. We can't. Just so we can be clear, we cannot know what it is. We cannot know what it is. All right, that's one. Two, explain to me how it's blackmail. I need for you to explain how it's blackmail if he's not trying to get any money from the individuals that is allegedly about. How can it be blackmail? So I don't think you know what blackmail means. So therefore, since I don't think you know what blackmail means, and that's pretty obvious what blackmail means, I have something on you, you have to pay me to get the information back or whatever. That's blackmail. That's not what the individual is doing. So I don't know if you understand the English language. I'm not trying to say that to attack you, by the way. I'm just explaining it. Since you don't know what blackmail means, I can't take the rest of your comments seriously, because blackmail is pretty, everybody knows what blackmail means. The fact that you don't, I don't know how I should take any of your comment. And you don't even know what blackmail means. I love it either there or I love it here. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming they're saying that they love it there because they do not love it here. How come no one is talking about if the man has proof of Drake with children or anybody? Why is he playing internet games and not going to the police? Okay, so we don't know what the proof is. That's one. We don't know. Also, some people don't want to go to the police directly. Also, by selling the information and then that other person making the information public, why would they need to go to the police? They're going to get to the bag. The other person is going to make the information public, and then Drake is still going to be held accountable. I think that you just want people to do things the way that you want people to do them. I think that there is a large contingency of people who believe that if you don't do the thing that I want you to do the way that I want you to do it, then there's something wrong with whatever the hell you're doing. No, you're not the God of anyone. People can do however they want to do, however they want to do it. Do I think you should go to the police? Absolutely. But am I going to be angry if they get a bag off of it first? No, I'm not. So Hicks says, I think when people mess with children, they belong under the jail. No, I think they belong in the grave. I don't think they should be in jail. I think that whenever you have anybody that does something to children, I think they should just be executed. Like I was trying to explain before, people that do stuff to children, that's just a behavior that's never going nowhere. That's never going away. And often that doesn't have as much to do with sex as it does to deal with feelings of inadequacy. Something's wrong with them. I think those people should be put in the grave. That's my opinion. Legally in the grave. Because, no, people lie. So they need to legally find out if this thing actually happened. And then the government should put them in the grave. I don't care when Drake hacks you. You don't even know what the word blackmail means. I'm not reading no more of your comments. You don't even know what the word blackmail means. How you dumb? I'm dumb. I'm just kicking you. How about that? You could go talk to somebody else. I'll let you stay in here until you insulted me. Here you go. You can go talk to somebody else. I didn't say I was okay with anything. You putting words in my mouth. I'm just kicking you. There you go. Boom. I'm not even reading your comment. I didn't say I was okay with anything. I'm just kicking you. Now you got to go get another account. See what happened? They come in back to back because it's two people. So they come in back to back saying shit that don't make no sense. You understand? Now all of a sudden Drake is a hacker. Like Drake doesn't have enough money to get other people to do the hacking for him. Drake's a hacker now all of a sudden. Okay. Shout out to that. Anyway, so also we have 43 likes. I think we can get to 45 likes. There's only 2 more likes. Hit that like button. Also, Saloon is open. We've already had one person in the Saloon. Shout out to N. Taylor. She's just hanging out, getting manis and petties all over the place, drinking coffees. What time is it? All right, let's get to it. Weirdos, fam. People just be weirdos, fam. So if Kendrick produced 10 songs in one session, all of the songs Kendrick produced, he produced it in one session. there's 100% a mole in Drake's camp. Kendrick knew what Drake was going to do every step of the way. Because if he recorded all of those songs in one session, and then he was able to drop the songs in a manner that made it look like he was responding to Drake, when in reality, he already had the songs made. I believe Drake does have a mole in his camp. And at this point, if Drake doesn't know that he has a mole in his camp, how, nigga? How? How do you not know? I'm going to say that again for everybody that don't get it, and then I'm going to get to the next point. Also, y'all ready to talk about Trump for a moment? I want to talk about Trump for a minute. Y'all ready to talk about Trump for a minute? So listen. Kendrick recorded all of the songs in one studio session, basically, right? On the song Meet the Grams is where he showed the image of the contents of Drake's luggage. Meaning, he had that image before he wrote the first song. Meaning that the individual who has that luggage also is the individual that has the laptop. Meaning, or you can assume at this point, that not only did Kendrick have awareness of the contents that was in the luggage that he's shown us, but he also at least had an awareness of what was on the laptop. Now do you see why he keeps calling? That's a good reason why, if he had that knowledge, he would be calling him a PDF file. America is like the only country almost in the world where the age of consent is like 17, 18 years old. Almost every other country, it's like 16, 15, 14. Just so y'all know. In the majority of other countries. Just so y'all know. Just in America, you know, they believe, and I don't know if it's rightfully so, I guess it is, because also, just so we can be clear, in other countries, you have, you know, families are different. Like the way your family is different, you know. No, here in America, one of the things that they teach is go out there and be promiscuous and then all this other bullshit. And it's also to America's benefit, like not as a society, but as the corporation. It's the corporation of America's benefit to have people single into their 20s. It's to the corporation of America's benefit for us to not have strong households. Now, I'm not for the whole 14, 15, 16-year-old shit. That's beyond me. What I can say is that I do want us as a society to start taking marriage more seriously. I want us to start trying to instill in our young boys and young girls that they want to get older and they want to get married. I want us to start, you know, if somebody is married, I think they should get tax benefits, that great tax benefits. I think that you should get great tax benefits if you have more kids you have. I think that, you know, unless you know what to do. Often having a large family is a detriment. I think that, you know, I don't like how, you know, there's just so many weirdos on the planet. And if we got rid of some of the weirdos, especially the weirdos that are in America, if we got rid of some of the weirdos, then we can go and do something a little bit closer to what the Bible will want us to be doing. You know, it's hard to do what the Bible wants us to do because you have so many weirdos. And the first thing the weirdos do is attack people that love the Bible. That's the first thing they do. That's why, you know, a lot of these states that are LGBTQ friendly, now they're passing laws and passing bills that, you know, attack specifically Christians. I'm not a Christian, by the way. Hebrew Israelite. But they're passing bills that attack the Bible. They're passing things that make it so that, you know, you can't live inside of your faith. Remember, no man is ever supposed to, if a woman is, no woman is ever supposed to be seen nude by another man that is not her husband. But yet, they allow for these men to say that they're women and then go into women's spaces. So I don't want to get into that because that's not what this show is about. But I think it's way more complicated. No, especially if you know, are knowledgeable about what the Bible says we should and shouldn't be doing. I think it's just way more complicated. I think it's extremely complicated. You understand? Like, extremely complicated. There's levels to this. And Satan is never playing fair. And the more you speak about God, like I speak about God a lot, fam. The people in my community that hate God, they might not even have a feeling about me. But the people in my community that hate God, they can't stand to be in my presence. They're always trying to get the police on me. They're always trying to have me labeled as things that I'm not. You understand? I openly talk about God. Openly. In the street, in almost every conversation I have with people. You understand? I am not at all ashamed of the Most High. They need to get me out of this. The people that work for Satan needs to get me out of this community as quickly as possible. And more importantly, they need me to not be able to influence other people to love God. You understand? So I'm always under attack. At all times. They got this devil worshiping nigga over here with dreads. He'd be at the courts playing basketball. Whole devil worshiper. He can't stand my presence. Because all I do is talk about God. All I try to do is try to encourage God in people. He can't stand my presence. Some devil worshiping ass nigga. He got dreads. He be over here playing basketball. His name sounds similar to another nigga name, so I get their names mixed up, so I don't want to say the name because I might be naming the wrong cat. But he a whole devil worshiper. He can't stand my presence. The mere sight of me fucks up his spirit. Because all I do is talk about God. So they're trying to make it so that all of the people in the community hate me. Because they can't get me to stop talking about God. So what they got to do is they got to try to get me to leave the community. Whole devil worshiping ass nigga. Your light irritates their demons. That's a fact. This nigga's a devil worshiper, fam. Some nigga, he got dreads. Oh, devil worshiper. There's this other little nigga named Jordan over here. He live on the outside of Seagate. He a devil worshiper. These niggas is devil worshipers. Niggas is devil worshippers, fam. They be talking about how much they hate the Jews in here and all this other shit. What the fuck? So you just hate people because they Jewish? You never spoke to these niggas? You never talked to these niggas? You don't know these niggas? You don't have no communications with, so you just hate them because they Jewish. You hate those other people because they Russian. They're Ukrainian, you rat bastard. They not even Russian. But you just hate them. You hate them. You hate their kids. Just devil worshiping. That's it. That's all they talk about. So I'm 100% sure when I'm not around, they talk about how they hate me. Because I can see it on their spirit. There's a ton of them out there. And they're encouraging your kids. When the Jewish kids come around that actually live here, they treat them like shit. When the Russian and Ukrainian kids that come around that actually live here, they treat them like shit. They got this whole Muslim kid over here on their side. That nigga, his family is religious. His family is religious. They not worshiping devil, but they got him worshiping the devil. They call it trolling. Niggas just devil worshippers, fam. You're just watching them. That's why when they talk about they don't like me, I just be like, you're not supposed to like me. You a whole devil worshiper. How do you hate these little kids? These little kids, you don't even know them. They're little kids. They're not even turned into anything yet. But you hate them. You hate their parents. You just, I can't even call it racist. You're just a bigot for being a bigot. All of that is devil worshiping. Gotta watch the company you keep, because environment is stronger than willpower. Fam. The dread nigga, I don't like him at all. I just try to stay clear of him. I don't like him at all. When I first moved over here, he tried to make it, am I with the blacks or am I with the whites? I look at this nigga. I said, I don't hate nobody, fam. I don't got no problem with nobody. What kind of shit was that? What kind of shit is that? What up to the few? I don't know the nigga name, but his name sound like another nigga name. They got a real close name. I don't want to say the names. I get the name wrong. Niggas just devil worshippers, man. I'm not sure if the other niggas, the nigga he got the same name with, I'm not sure if that nigga devil worshiping. Niggas just devil worshippers, man. That's it. How you live in a community that is like 80-90% European and basically Europeans and Jewish people, and all you do is talk about how much you hate these people. Why don't you move? Hate their kids. Don't want to let their kids play basketball on the court. Pissed off because when I'm over there and I'm freaking shooting hoops with the kids, y'all can't always run in full court. So y'all can't always just kick the kids off the court. Come on, fam. For some kids that don't even live here. Now you see why they hate me? They just devil worshippers, man. And they wanted me to be on time with that shit, but I'm not. I'm not gonna hate anybody because they not the same. You can't come up to me with that. I gotta love black people and gotta hate people that aren't black. I'm not on that type of time. I treat people depending on how they treat me. How are you treating me? How you treat God? That's it. We all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. I'm fine with people that make mistakes because I make mistakes. I probably make more mistakes than you. But the difference between my mistakes and mistakes that devil worshippers make is you're not making mistakes. You're willfully doing evil. I'm just accidenting into shit and trying to correct myself. There's a difference. In any regard. Can we talk about Trump for a moment? Y'all want to talk about Trump for a moment? Then we could come back to this Drake shit. Or is there anything else that people want to mention on this Drake shit? I have to look outside. How's the sun looking? Anything else y'all want to mention on this Drake shit? Could we? I want to talk about Trump. Trump, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it too long. And I want to talk about this 50 versus Christian Combs shit. What y'all want to talk about? 50 versus Christian Combs? Trump? Or y'all want to stay on the Drake Kendrick shit? Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Tell me what y'all want to do. Put it in the chat. Shit, I was saying a whole bunch of dope stuff. Ah! Okay, I gotta rewind this and go back. Okay, I thank you, Tiandre, Willis Senior. I'm assuming, but also now I see how I could actually see the notes. So shout out for you sending that. Brandon is also told me to unmute, but I didn't know how I was gonna see the notes. And in Taylor said on the $20 drop, she said, just because you're dope. Appreciate you, baby girl. And also appreciate everybody that was sending donations yesterday. Once again, when I'm not even online, I'm gonna repeat everything that I just said that had to deal with Trump. And I'm gonna repeat the stuff that I said before we talked about the Trump stuff. So I just want to say this real quick. Shout out to everybody that does donations just because you just probably saw our show in replay. Maybe you saw some other content we did in replay. Shout out to everybody that dropped donations just through the course of the day. You have no idea. Sometimes, like even when it's $5, $10, generally y'all been dropping like $20. But even when it's like $5, $10, that just picks my spirits. Well, all money is good, even if it's $1. But that shit picks my spirit up. You understand what I'm saying? That makes me feel good. You know, it makes me, I don't know how to explain it, but like it really, like, you know, encourages me. You know, it reminds me of back when we was at the heyday of BBN, and let's just be honest, as everybody already know, we used to get like $150 to $200 in donations a day. That reminds me of back when we was in the heyday of BBN, and it's really encouragement. And I appreciate everybody that decides that they want to encourage. Now, I'm not never saying anybody's name unless they make it okay for the people that donate when we're offline, because I'm assuming you're doing that because you don't want to get harassed. I'm gonna say that again. I'm assuming you're doing that because you don't want the people that don't like me to harass you. So you're donating when we're offline because you don't want to get harassed. I 100% appreciate it. And don't worry, you can also send gifts. Gifts, I think I'll tell people about, but I think you can also send a note so I'll know whether it's okay or not. But if you do a donation offline when we're not online, and you would like for me, or it's okay for me to tell the world that you did, you can just leave a note and then I'll know, and maybe that'll be the first saloon drop for the day. But shout out to everybody that do donations, even when we're not online. Like I was out with Team Moto. We was doing something the other day. Shout out to Team Moto Productions. July 27th, we're gonna be on this boat over here. We're gonna have live performances by Christopher Williams. Dress code pastel fresh. Contact Team Moto. Team Moto is in here. Please put your information up there. Contact Team Moto. This is what my friends do. I don't know what anybody else's friends is doing, but this is the type of stuff that my friends is doing. All right, so I don't know what anybody else's friends is doing. All right, so I don't know what anybody else's friends is doing, but this is what my friends is doing. Just so y'all know, this is the type of stuff my friends is doing. I don't know what anybody else's friends is doing. With that being said, I'm gonna get back to what we was talking about. Let's get to it. And shout out to the mofos that decided to send a donation and they didn't put it in the chat, because they could have just said in the chat that you're muted. Y'all was saying I was muted. Apparently, the shit wasn't moving. Y'all said it a billion times. Brandon Hunter, shout out to Brandon Hunter with the $5 drop. Brandon Hunter pulls up into the saloon. He has one of them big long bow staff around his side right here with one of the with a quiver in his back with a whole bunch of arrows in it. He steps into the saloon. He looks out the side through the window. He can see the Drake lovers on the other side. The Drake lovers on the other side of the street. And also There's the haters standing next to the Drake lovers. He looks up. He sees that there's little barrels hanging above the Drake hunters and hanging above the people on the other side of the street. He pulls out 3 arrows all at one side. He aims it through the window. Bam! He lets it go. The arrows shoot up. Hit the petition that's right under the barrels. The barrels flip over. There's donkey in them. He wet everybody. Shout out to Brandon Hunter. Pulling up in the saloon. He then walks over. He gets himself a coffee. He gets himself a muffin. He's chilling. So everybody was putting muted. I'm sorry about that, y'all. My screen wasn't going. My screen wasn't going, so I didn't know I was muted. My apologies. No, my screen wasn't going. I couldn't see nothing. We back, though. I'm going to repeat what I said. Sheesh. So just so we could be clear. So I was talking to the homie today. I went to go get my coffee. I was talking to the homie. Creative Solutions, I believe his name is on the chat. I don't want to say what his name is, but we know him as Creative Solutions on the chat. Give me 1 minute. I want to say this Trump thing while it's on my mind, and we'll get back to Drake. And I also want to talk about 50 Cent and the situation going on with 50 Cent and Diddy's kid. So I'm talking to the homie, and I say to him, one of the ways that the Democrats get people to vote Democrat, and they try to say don't vote Republican, and specifically don't vote Trump, is because they say, look at the people who vote for Trump. They're all racist. And this is what I have to say about that. I don't care. I don't think we should vote for anyone because we like them or because we don't like them. I think we should vote for people or not vote for people based on whether they do, what do they do for their constituency. So I don't want you to vote for that guy because you like that guy got a great suit and his wife, she's pretty. I don't think there's reasons to vote for anybody. But what is reasons to vote for someone, just so we can be clear, is that they're doing things in Washington, in local government, in wherever you live at, that's helping his constituency or her constituency. I think those are reasons to vote for people. Now, we have a lot of people who they're saying don't vote for Trump because he's a racist. But they're saying Trump is a racist because his base are people that are sometimes racist. Let's just be honest. But then my argument is Joe Biden's mentor, who Joe Biden said was his mentor, who Joe Biden has had numerous dinners that's been photographed, that Joe Biden has spoke about numerous times, saying how great this man was a Grand Master of the Ku Klux Klan. I'm going to say that again. So the Democrats are going to tell you, don't vote for Trump. He's a racist. The reason why they're going to say he's a racist is because they're going to say, look at the people who vote for him. They're racist. That's how we know we're racist. Trump don't know those people personally. You know he does know personally? Jesse Jackson, somebody that he gave millions of dollars to in order to help them with their presidential run. He knows that guy personally. Who else do we know personally? Lawrence Taylor, who's had a fight with drug abuse ever since he was in the NFL, and who Donald Trump has always held closely and helped out throughout the course of his career, and after his career was over because he was having problems with drug use. Right? So we have many times where Donald Trump has stepped in and been a benefit to people. Darryl Strawberry, and been a benefit to people of color. But y'all say he's a racist because there's people who are part of the Republican Party who we could point at and say, these guys got Confederate flags. They're racist. They're voting for Trump. But that doesn't make Trump racist. Well, at the same time, y'all are going to vote for Biden, who his mentor was the Grand Master of the Ku Klux Klan. So my point is this. Now, there are a ton of people who are not switching to be Republicans. They're going to be Democrats. But they're voting for Trump. What in the hell are they going to say now? What are the Democrats going to say now? Now, how are they going to say the only people that vote for Trump are racist when a large contingency of their perceived base is now going to cross party lines, not change from being a Democrat to a Republican, but vote for a Republican? What are they going to say now? Because you know they're not going to take responsibility for doing a bad job. They're not going to do that. They're not going to talk about how their president, Joe Biden, seems to keep falling and stumbling over his own damn self every time he goes outside somewhere. They're not going to talk about how the other day it looked like he took a shit in his pants on the lawn of the White House, walking to the helicopter. They're not going to talk about how he himself is saying things when he has the mic that's contradictory to what they allegedly are doing. They're not going to talk about how they don't want to have any debates with Joe Biden. For everybody that don't know, he already turned down some debates. They don't want that man talking in public without cue cards. And if you don't believe me, there's people that have already came out and said that they interviewed him, and they're only allowed to ask him the questions that they give you. And he reads his answers basically off of cue cards. We're not talking about besides Trump and Biden. That's a whole nother conversation. We're going to stay on our topic. You could talk about it in the chat. I'm going to stay on topic, though. But you're free to talk about it in the chat if anybody wants to have that discussion with you. How about that? First of all, at this late in the game is one or the other. Inflation was at 1.9 when Trump left office. Now it's over 9.0. Just to throw out some stats. Remember, the people that are generally arguing with me, they don't even know how to read stats or even understand what they are. They just come in here to try to disrupt the conversation. And shout out to all of the people that was like, yo, Frost, your mic ain't on. So just so we could be clear, and I'm not trying to be a dick, every time I hear people say that they're not going to vote for Trump because Trump is a racist, and their whole basis for saying that Trump is a racist is they're saying that people that vote for him is racist. Someone that votes for him is racist. My argument is, well, Biden's mentor was a Grand Master of the Ku Klux Klan. How are you voting for that guy? Y'all just hate America. That's all. You just hate America. You don't know what to do about it. That's all. That's my opinion. You hate America. You don't know what to do about it. You have no idea. Comparison is the thief of joy. Nobody is in here trying to compare America to anywhere else. Just so we could be clear. Only thing we're comparing is what America was into what America has turned into. I'm not trying to compare America to no other country. Comparison is the thief of joy. Shout out to the mofos that kept trying to tell me that the damn thing was muted. I appreciate y'all. The Democrats tell you that everybody hates Trump. Then why did Trump just go have a rally where there's like 100,000 people at the rally? And I'm going to tell you the thing that I found even more interesting. His rally was like a damn WWE show from the late 90s, early 2000s. The nigga was just saying shit and the crowd was just leading right into it, just perfectly. I don't think these Democrats understand. What did I tell y'all? When Biden first got into office, what did I tell y'all? I said, by the end of all of this, the Democrats is going to make basically their own people hate them because they're going to destroy the country. And what's going on? The Democrats are raising taxes in every way imaginable. Y'all do understand that the Democrats have gotten y'all to think that lowering taxes is a bad idea, right? You do understand that, right? You want to know what fuels our economy? Commerce. So in order for our economy to grow, in order for our economy to improve, there needs to be more sales. You know what happens when you raise taxes? Is less sales. The only people that win is the government. The Democrats have convinced y'all that lowering taxes is a bad idea. Biden said that he's going to let Trump's tax breaks elapse, go away. You want to know who else Trump tax breaks really benefit? Who else benefits from these tax breaks that Trump gave to his rich elite friends? The middle class. So Biden is going to let all of those tax breaks that you guys, myself, whoever, benefit from elapse, go away. He's not going to renew them. If y'all re-elect him, the Democrats have convinced y'all that tax breaks is a bad idea. Y'all ready to talk about 50 in this Combs kid? Put it in the chat. Y'all ready to talk about 50 in this Combs kid? He pulled 100,000 people at his rally in a blue state. This next election isn't going to be close. They're going to have to cheat to make it look like it's close. It ain't going to be close. It's not going to be close. Fannie Willis is probably going to jail. Letitia James is probably also going to go to jail. They have a dude from the FBI. He's probably going to jail because he just admitted to faking evidence against Trump. They planted evidence against Trump and then sent that evidence to court. What y'all don't realize is that there's people that work for the government that still considers Trump their president and not Biden. Stormy contradicted herself. The shit that Stormy what's her name? Stormy Daniels had said about Trump previously when they got the indictment, she's now saying a totally different story. So that's going to the trash. The judge that is the judge of that case, turns out there's a judge that his daughter is like, has some kind of association with the Democratic Party. And so there's the fixing. And there's another judge, just so we could be clear, he's getting in trouble because he gave some kind of information over that was supposed to be classified information, and he shared it with people he wasn't supposed to share it with. And Joe Biden, remember, Trump is in trouble for having classified information in places where it would have been possible for somebody else to be able to acquire it. He didn't even give it to anybody. They're just saying somebody could have gotten a hold of it. Well, it turns out that Joe Biden literally gave classified information to the individual that's supposed to be writing the book about him. His ghostwriter. So everything about the Democrats is corrupt? Everything. Everything about them is corrupt. And that's not even talking about the meetings that Fannie Willis and her office had with the White House that they weren't even supposed to be having, that was had to deal with them prosecuting Trump, because then that proves that they're only prosecuting Trump because Trump is a political rival of the White House. And on top of that, Letitia James's office mistakenly deleted conversations that they had with Stormy Daniels that was supposed to be evidence. So everything they're doing is just illegal. Also, remember I told y'all this. I said, yo, when they go after Trump for the alleged inflating, let's say he did it, inflating the value of his real estate in New York, that they were going to have problems with the other people that are real estate owners in New York because they all do the same thing. One of the biggest real estate owners in New York now is pulling out of the fundings that he do for the city. So now the city has potentially lost billions of dollars over the next couple of years. Because everybody does the thing that they just fined Trump over $500 million for. Everyone does it. Like I told you. It's almost time for lunch. I gotta get ready to go get me something to eat. Do y'all want to talk about let's talk about this 50 Christian Combs thing real quick. First thing I want to say is this. That boy ain't got no soul in him. Like there's no soul in him. When you hear him rap, you could tell. He don't got no soul in him. He don't got no soul in him. Did y'all hear the Christian Combs diss track that he sent that 50? I don't even want 50 to respond, fam. That boy ain't got no soul in him. Like his soul is gone. It's gone. That's why it just sounds like it's in monotone. And he can't bring any emotion to what he's saying. He could just raise his octaves. He could just raise his voice. Not octaves. He could just raise his voice. He can't ever even put any emotion in it. He can't even put any emotion in it. And this is the part that kills me. These niggas act like 50 Cent is the one that raided his home. The fuck is he talking to 50 Cent for? 50 Cent ain't raid your home. There's people that went to the freaking police or went to the courts and filed paperwork on you. 50, are you saying 50 Cent encouraged those people to do that? Or he told them to do that? Or did he just laugh at the fact that they did it? These niggas is weirdos, fam. I don't know what to explain. I don't know no other way to explain this shit. These niggas is weirdos. Weirdos with a capital W. They're weirdos. They yelling at 50 Cent, trying to get 50 Cent's attention. And the more they talk to 50 Cent and the more 50 Cent talk to them, the more bad stuff happens to them. But they can't help themselves because that's how Satan works. They can't help themselves. That's how Satan works. What do you think happened when I'm just walking down the street and somebody see me and be like, I just can't stand it? Of course you can't stand my energy. Because I'm walking around trying to reflect any kind of energy that God gives to me out to the universe. You want me to stop doing that? 50 sends out a tweet or an Instagram post reflecting the bullshit that you're doing. You want 50 Cent to stop doing that. Right now, 50 Cent is looking highly favored to me. I can't say whether he is or he isn't. What the hell do I know? But right now, he's looking highly favored. Because that's the type of energy you get from people who work for Satan. When you highly favored. They spread rumors about you. They hate you. They trying to get as many other people to hate you as possible. They working overtime. But I'm going to tell you what really is wild. So many people stopped talking about Diddy's situation. Why in the hell would his son come out with that? Why in the hell would Christian Combs drop anything at all, bringing light back to what's going on with his father in their situation? Why would he do that? I'm going to tell you why. Well, I think it happened in a second. But why would he do that? Diddy has, with the help of Drake and Kendrick, been removed from the algorithm. Why would they point at themselves in such a manner, trying to bring attention back to themselves? I got a thought. Let me get 2 more likes. Let's get to 50 likes and I'll tell you. But I really want somebody to comment in the comments. What do you think is the reason why he will point at them and bring attention back to them? Put it in the chat. I want to know what some of you guys think. Fam, Diddy has been out of the news cycle. Ever since this Kendrick Drake shit popped off, Diddy has been out of the news cycle. It's been Kendrick, Drake, and basically Trump. He's been out of the news cycle. Why would his son do this? Sha Brim said people about to regret that no Diddy-ish. Nope. Anybody else got a at least I don't think that's what it is. But if it's not what I think it is, then that's what it is. There's only 2 things is about to happen. But I don't think that that's what it is. But that's actually a pretty good guess. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any opinions? I think that indictment is about to drop. I think Diddy about to get indicted. I think Diddy about to get indicted. I mean, soon. Not a month off. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe in the next couple of days. I think Diddy's about to get indicted. I think we're going to be hearing about Diddy getting indicted and having to turn himself in very soon. I could be wrong. Shah Brim said he's trying to get the recent lawsuit of 17-year-old dropped. Yep, and it's barely in the algorithm. And remember, his defense isn't that they didn't do it. His defense is a whole bunch of other shit. It isn't that they didn't do it. Wink, wink. He thinks there's other reasons why he shouldn't be able to get prosecuted for it. Not innocence. Innocence is not one of the reasons. I think there might be a fear that an indictment is going to be coming down soon. But that also would line up with what actually not really line up. Do you remember it was probably about 2 months ago that Tissotell says that he was gonna get indicted like in about a month, but that 30 minutes passed. I told y'all, I don't think it's gonna be 30 days. I don't think it's gonna be a month. I do think he's gonna be indicted, but it was just, it sounded too soon. Do y'all remember when I was saying this? Shout out to Tissotell's, love her page. Do y'all remember when I was saying this? I said it's still a little bit too soon, and she was like, she's hearing that he's gonna get indicted like in 30 days. And I think her information, as far as I can tell, was always A1, just so we could say her information is always A1. Latoya Hicks says, sick world we live in. Yeah. Shout out to D. He says he really likes the page. He's watched some videos. Appreciate you. Once again, I don't stop people from commenting. But if you're going to talk about things that we're not going to talk about, I'll let you put it in the chat. And if other people want to join in with the conversation with you, they're fine too. But I'm not going to be changing what I'm talking about. We're talking about a thing. You're a she. All right, shout out to she. Shout out to she. I told you I was going to be a little bit longer than 30 days. I was like, I think 30 days was too soon. But she's been right about a lot. So I was like, maybe she's right. But I said I thought 30 days was too soon. I believe it's going to come up probably in the next couple of weeks. If they don't indict him in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a couple of months off. Like it's months, like towards the end of the summer. If you know anything about how the court system and the legal court system and all that shit work, you know that if they're going to be indicting him in the next couple of weeks, or 9 times out of 10, they're not going to indict him until like August, September or something, like around that time. I don't know how much other people watch court. Later. Have a blessed day. Yeah, Latoya Hicks. We live in a sick world, fam. A very sick world. It's people that play with allegations like that. And that makes it harder to catch the people that actually are the 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 reason why it's so hard to catch the actual predators is because there's so many people out here that are trying to have people labeled as predators that aren't. They're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. I think that if you find out somebody is maliciously trying to do that against somebody, I think you should be able to be held accountable. You should be able to, there should be, you could be victim to a 1 to 3, like some actual prison time, because every time you try to make the police or any kind of agency think that somebody is doing something that they're not, and you're doing it for malicious purposes or whatever. I'm not talking about people that something actually happened, it's a mistake or whatever the case is. I'm talking about, let's say you got somebody who they just keep trying to make look like a person. So now the police is spending tens of thousands of dollars. There's an agency somewhere spending tens of thousands of dollars, manpower, everything else to try to get information on somebody who hasn't done anything, wasn't going to do anything, nothing is going on at all. I think that those people should be able to be held responsible. They should be financially responsible for the monies, not maybe not all of the monies, but some of the monies that was spent. And I think that there should be a possibility for some kind of jail time for these individuals, because the reason why I say jail time is, imagine all of the kids that weren't able to be saved because they had them running around following behind somebody who is blameless and never planned on doing anything. This isn't who they are. Imagine all of the kids that weren't able to be saved. Imagine they could have been somewhere else with those same resources, saving some of these kids. So that's the way I look at it. You can look at it however you want to. With that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Is there anything else that y'all want to comment on before we go? I want to give a shout out to N Taylor for the donation. I want to give a shout out to trying to remember names, Brandon Hunter, and I want to give a shout out to Tiandre. Was that Tiandre? For the drops and for trying to let me know that my mic was on mute. Also, I'm not going to call out no names, but I want to give a shout out to everybody that did drops when we was offline yesterday. It's always beneficial. If you do not want me to call your name on a donation, but you want to donate to the page, all you got to do is do it when we're not online. I'm not going to come back and call it out for the show, just so we can be clear, so everybody can know. Excuse me. I'm not going to come call it out because I know some of y'all really don't want your names to be called out. And I know that for a fact because of some of the individuals that do donations when we're offline. They have specifically told me not to call their name out because they don't want to be harassed by the individuals that, harass me. So hope everybody is having a blessed day. Go out there, do something worth doing. Stamp God's name on it. The Knicks play tomorrow. I missed the game yesterday because it was on ESPN once again. So I missed the game yesterday, and they lost. So I missed the game. That sucks. So I missed the game yesterday. Next game is tomorrow. I'm going to be able to watch that one. So we're definitely not going to have a Tonight Show tomorrow. I'm going to try to give y'all a Tonight Show tonight. And be on the lookout for some just 10-minute videos, some regular videos. I'm going to probably get some of those done today also. We got to get back to that. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody, just have a blessed day. Go out there, do something worth doing. Stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you came in the name of God. We need for people to stop being fearful that by them worshiping God, they're going to be attacked by Satan. You are 100% going to be attacked by Satan when you're worshiping God. But we just need more people out here that aren't scared to worship God and all of his greatness in front of the whole world. So we need more of y'all to step out and say, you know what? Satan is going to attack me. Satan's going to try to destroy my name. Satan is coming after me. He's coming after my family. But my God is a powerful God. My God is the great God of the Bible. It's not a concern. We're waiting for Satan. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bowmans. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.